Yo, what is going on, guys? This is the one, the only, TheMegaCacturne here again today, back on the Pokemon Center, bringing you a video of a tutorial, I guess would be the best thing to call it, even though it's not really a tutorial. Basically, what this is, I'm going to be showing you guys how Smogon tiering works and how competitive battling with Smogon's format does. On Tuesday, I'll be showing you, how VGC works and all that fun stuff. And then hopefully, sooner rather than later, I will be able to get you guys, because the top comment I saw was some co-ops or some versuses of some kind. So that's definitely what I want to try to bring to you guys. Once it's in my capability, that will definitely be what's going on over here. But for right now, it's out of grasp for the technology I'm using. So anyway, let's jump right into this. Now, if you have no idea how Smogon works or anything like that, basically it is divided into tiers. And these tiers represent whether the Pokemon it's based off of how often the Pokemon is used, or in some cases it's simply how well the Pokemon is. Um, and so yeah, basically we're going to be jumping in, talking about all the tiers, and showing you guys how to try and make a competitive team. So basically, as you see on your screen, you have the OU tier, and this consists of all these lovely Pokemon that you can go through in detail at your own leisure on PlateUpPokemonShowdown.com, or you can simply download it for desktop. Yes, so basically, these Pokemon are deemed to be the best of the best. People use them the most often, all that fun stuff. And, I gotta say, it's really interesting to see, because I remember playing the 6th gen meta, and to see with the 7th gen meta what it really does, it's kind of interesting, to say the least. But so yeah. Anyway, when you're building a competitive team, there are several things you have to look out for. The first thing that I would recommend looking out for is hazards. If you do not know what hazards are, then let's go to Fortress for this. Fortress, as you see, is a UU Pokemon, but its main goal, if you did not know, is to set up hazards, because I believe outside of like toxic spikes, it gets every form of no, it even gets toxic spikes. I believe, unless I'm missing something, it gets every form of hazard in the game, which consists of spikes, stealth rocks, and toxic spikes. And basically, what these do is you can set them up on your opponent's side of the field, and they will basically hinder your opponent's Pokemon by making them take damage. Toxic spikes will poison them. There's quite a few different things you can do with them, but the main point is damage. Now, there are several ways to get rid of hazards. As you see, there's this move called Rapid Spin. Freeze users from hazards, Partial Trap, and Leech Seed. Now, there is another form of hazard removal, otherwise known as defog. Defog, basically what it is, wow, I never knew Beedrill got defog, huh. Basically, what defog does is it will just get rid of all the hazards on the field. So, it's really situational. If you have your own set of hazards that you'd like to run on somebody, then your definite best bet is going to be, your definite best bet is to run Rapid Spin. That way, in case they set up hazards, you can just get them away on your side. However, if you don't have anybody to set hazards, then defog is fine enough for you. It will get rid of the hazards on the whole field. The second thing you want to look out for is setup. Now, if you do not know what setup is, let's look at Flygon, for example, as you see on your screen. A Flygon gets this lovely move, otherwise known as Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance, what it does is each turn you click it, your attack and your speed will go up by stage 1, which is otherwise known as times 1.5. So, say you max out your Flygon's attack, like Adamant Nature, and then, why is it at 0 IVs? 31 IVs. So basically, you'd have 328 times 1.5, which I believe, quick-handed math skills, that would go somewhere around 480, 490 potentially. So yeah, basically it is definitely a viable strategy to go ahead and set up. However, if someone's setting up on you, it is a very terrifying thing. What I personally like to run to stop, because there's two ways you can stop setup. You can either set up your own and hope to kill them before they kill you, or you can run a lovely move that certain Pokemon do get that is known as Haze. Um, Haze is a move that will reset the stats of all Pokemon on the field, good or bad. So that is something you have to look out for. If they lose, okay, hold on. Okay. For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Leaf Storm, they lose two stages of their special attack. However, if you use the move Haze, it will restore their special attack to normal. Which is bad for you. But say they're dragon dancing, they have like 3 of them up, and you click Haze, then you can just flat out destroy them, or at least bring them back to neutral. That way they either have to set it up again, or you can just sit there and fight them. It's up to you, really. I don't know what you'd like to run. My personal favorite Haze person is Milotic, simply because it is bulky enough to live some hits. If you do run a bold nature, of course, because special defense is great, regular defense not so much. But so yeah, basically he's this is one of the better things because you want to be bulky enough to live at least one hit and then get rid of that. The next thing you want to look out for is Pokemon that like to run choice items. If you don't know what choice items are, then we are going to jump into that category really quickly of the choice band, the choice scarf, and the choice specs. Give me 1 second. Just want to make sure that's still recording. Okay. Basically, what your choice items do, it says on screen for you. Depending on which item you use, a stat is increased by 1.5 times, but it only can select the first move it executes. So say you have your Milotic, it's holding the choice specs, and you use Scald. Now that Scald, his special attack will be times 1.5 right off the bat, as though you had set it up. However, you can then only click Scald until you swap this Pokemon out. So it does have that hindrance to it. However, it is reliable. And for example, if you do have a strong Mon using it, easily could start OHKOing Pokemon left and right. It's a very scary thing. The best way to really counter it would be, I guess, just try to kill whatever's in your way. Or you could just always run the lovely move of Knock Off, which knocks off any Pokemon's held item, and quite a few Pokemon, as you see on your screen, get the move Knock Off. I never knew Wigglytuff got Knock Off. But so yeah, a lot of things get Knock Off, so it's definitely not a problem for you to just go ahead and find one of them that fits your needs and click it for you. But so yeah, other than that, really just standard things on teams that I see, depending on what tier you're in, obviously. In terms of bulk, you have Chansey, if you did not know, since it can evolve, it'll hold the Eviolite, and it will double its defense, special defense stats, so its defense may not be all that, but base 250 HP, this is actually a very common set right here, of maxing that out. I believe a bold nature is what people run. And then I believe the most common is seismic toss. Hold on. Aromatherapy to heal. Soft boiled also to heal. And then does it get stealth rock? Yes, it does. This is one of the most common sets I see out there. And basically, what this does is it allows Chansey to basically be a wall, unless you have a stab fighting type move, and even then sometimes if the fighting type is not strong enough, it will not kill. But it allows this thing to be a very bulky Pokemon with the access to Seismic Toss, which does damage equal to the user's level. So if you're battling here, whether you're battling on your DS or you're battling here on the Showdown website or the downloaded app, whichever you decided to do, it will constantly do either 50 or 100 because those are pretty much the levels you're always set to. And so it's always pretty much a 3 to 4 unless you have another Chansey on the field, in which case it becomes a stall war. Other walls that you definitely want to look out for if you decide to play OU, you have Celesteela, who's quite a bit of a bulky wall. What else? You have Heatran, who can sometimes provide bulk unless you have a good water type. I have seen bulky Garchomp. I don't know how people do it, but they do. Uh, what else? What else? Max Defense Landorus I have seen before. Obviously a Alolan Marowak with 110 defense. Mega Metagross himself is just a problem. What else? What else do we have for you? You have Nihilego is more of a special wall here. Skipped right over it right here with 131 special defense, 109 HP. It's special wall, physical side, not so well. Pelipper's, I guess, a physically defensive, sort of. Its typing isn't all that great. I don't like Pelipper. Sableye is a wall. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of wally Pokemon. My best bet for you to try to beat a wally Pokemon, especially Toxapex is a wall, your best bet is a lovely move that I believe all but besides like 3 or 4 Pokemon get is Toxic. Now, Toxic, basically what it does is you can poison the Pokemon, and it badly poisons, so basically each turn it does more and more damage until eventually it's literally can OHKO them from full health with the Toxic damage. Now, if they swap out, it resets and all that fun stuff, but so yeah. Toxic's really good. If you're fighting something like a Toxapex, which can't even be poisoned, honest to goodness, your best bet is just to find something that can set up for you and take it out before it can really just be a problem for you. Ferrothorn's obviously a wall. I accidentally skipped over him. I've seen a bulky Scizor set. I know Scizzor's in here. Oh, almost scroll past it. Tapu, yeah, there's Scizor Mega. Tapu Fini and Tapu Lele, I've seen both run bulky before. People have tried bulky Tapu Bulu. Unfortunately, it's not that well. Same with Coco, but they are both good in their own respects. Now, outside of bulk, you have your attackers. Attackers consist of just anything that can really hit hard to try to take out these walls or take out anything that could cause a problem. And that's pretty much what the rest of the OU tier consists of. Alakazam, Buzzwole, Dugtrio, Excadrill, Garchomp, Greninja. It really just consists of things that can hit Pokemon. Um, so yeah, that is pretty much how you would want to build a competitive team. Just keep a lot of things in mind, and there's no way to really truly build a perfect competitive team. There will always be something out there that can counter you, whether you remembered it or not. I know several times I've forgotten things that have screwed me over in battles. I've run and here's the thing. As you see on your screen, you have this Chansey set, and I call that the standard set. That is not always the case. Sometimes you'll have other Chansey sets out there, or you'll have da-da-da-da-da going on with Chansey. There's a lot of things you can do with a lot of Pokemon. Actually, I believe the most wild set, and this will just be an example for you guys. That way you guys know what to kind of sort of expect out of anybody instead of just trying to play for a single person. I ran a Goodra with holding the Hobon Berry. Now, if you did not know what the Hobon Berry does, it has the damage taken from a super effective dragon type attack. And what this does is, basically, I built this set for a league style format because I went and ran some calculations that if I was. Hold on one second. I'm going to remake the exact set. Actually, I don't even need to remake the exact set because I do have it saved. If I do recall, yep, here it is. Okay, so basically, the point of this, Goodra set right here is it was very specifically calculated, even though it is the same EVs there, trust me, it was specifically calculated. If you did not know, this is a league that I'm in, along with Shadow Link here on the Pokemon Center, and he had a Haxorus. And I really didn't have anything on my team that wanted to stand up to a Haxorus after a Dragon Dance, but I went and did some calculations, and I found out that this particular Goodra set right here can live a Dragon Claw at +2, and I believe had a chance to live an Outrage at +1 from a Haxorus. So basically, the reason the Hobon Berry was there so that way I could go eat up one hit and drop a Draco and kill the Haxorus. And that's obviously an example of counter teaming, but at the same time, people will run sets like that. So there's always standard sets, but you have to be able to play to really combat anything. I hope this did help you with your competitive knowledge. If it didn't, then I'm just a terrible teacher, not shoot teacher. trying not to swear here. But so if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button down below. Let's everyone here on the Pokemon Center know that you appreciate what we're doing. Without further ado, though, this is going to be the Mega Cacturne on the Pokemon Center, signing out.